shit, you mean, bro. Yo, your page, you don't straight
StreamYard. Shalom.
Shalom.
We'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yahakim pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, we're back on Thursday lesson, and we just, it's like an open forum, but the spirit has been going. We've been in the spirit of prophecy, and we've been seeing an abundance of prophecies leading up to what? Leading up to the time of our Lord to be coming in and delivering us from the hands of this wicked kingdom who is ran by Esau Edom. All right? So what we're doing now, we're measuring the time diligently in itself, as it says in the scriptures. All right? Matter of fact, we can get that as well. 2 9.
2 Ezra chapter 9, starting at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Yes. So we've seen parts of the signs that have already been passed. All right? We've seen prophecies that have already passed, and now we're seeing what? We're in the final stages of the prophecy. We just got a few more prophecies left. All right, we have Jacob's trouble, which is, we're going to see that's going to ramp up as we see as far as the money system is going, how all these deaths is happening everywhere, these different explosions going on, as far as train wrecks. The stage is being set, all right? And we know that this is now, and we see multiple chariot sightings now. You see more chariots than ever. All right, we'll start seeing so many chariots that Esau had to come out and basically tell the people, like, yes, it's so-called UFOs out there. That's why we're building what is called like a space military. So we're in those times, all right? And these prophecies, like I said, they're going to continue hitting because the Lord said His word ain't going to come back void, all right? And we're knowing that through what? The scriptures, all right?
Matthew 24. Starting verse 4. And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
All right, take heed that no man deceive you, because the earth is being ran by the deceiver. All right, but he said, listen, take heed.
Because like brother's going into, the earth is being ran by the deceiver, who is what? The devil. That's another word for deceiver. And who is that? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's the top deceiver on the earth, but the scriptures also say the deceive and the deceiver are his, talking about the heavenly Father. So the Most High is still in control, but Esau is running around with his lies, his deep fake technology, his technocracy going on. And there's also Israelites out there as well, deceiving a lot of our people, which is also prophecy. Right? But like the scriptures say, we have to take heed, and meaning what? Pay attention.
Right.
Okay? Have our eyes single and be sober-minded in the spirit of Yahweh Shai and the Holy Spirit. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Yep, you've been hearing that constantly. All right, wars and rumors of wars. You've been having all these proxy wars over the last 3 years. All right, you're having wars and rumors of wars in the time of Iraq, Syria. I'm just talking about these modern wars that we just been in our lifetime. You know, Afghanistan, one of the longest wars ever. What did it run, like 20-some years? You know, then you have what? Rumors of war that's going on now. And what happened? Ukraine has just started, like I said, Ukraine and Russia started about a year ago. And I think it was an article just came out like recently this week that was saying that now America, some of the, like you say, USA, some of their boots have hit the ground. So you might as well say this is World War III that we're in. All right, because every war, like World War I, World War II, and these wars started, you know, off being like a small war. You had them expanding. You had more and more of these different countries added on, these different kingdoms added on to the war. Now you're finna see it's gonna expand from one end of the earth to the other end. And what's the difference between these wars now? It's gonna be what? When it becomes really a hot war in all these other countries like these, what they call them, America and Russia, these power countries, superpowers. Wow. When you got these superpowers, when they really step in and start and step in and really step in as the hot war, you're gonna see what? These damn arrows they talk about in the scriptures, these missiles, these nukes. That's gonna be the end all be all of what? Babylon the Great right here. It's gonna be a destruction. But it's like I say, we're hearing wars, rumors of war.
For all these things must come to pass.
Must come to pass. Isaiah 55, around 11 verse, the Lord said his word will not come back void. He said this must come to pass. All these things gotta happen. And we're seeing everything manifest. All right, this is coming into fruition.
But the end is not yet.
Mm-hmm.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Yep, famine, that's coming. If you go to look at these different countries, we can go to actually Venezuela. You know, they don't get talked about as much now, but when they had their collapse of their monetary system, there was a lot of famine out there. You had people eating their the zoo animals, you know. Pestilence, what we had like what? The pestilence just happened, the pandemic just we've been going through, you know. And what was that? Famine, pestilence?
And earthquakes in diverse places.
Earthquake in Turkey killed 50,000 people. You know, now they like I say, now all these these food plants are burning up, exploding. The chickens are being killed off. The cattle being killed off. So it's to a point where famine is going to come about. Because one thing you're going to have inflation. Everybody's getting rid of the dollar, so inflation is going to occur. So you ain't going to make more money. All right,
things are gonna be more expensive. Trucks are gonna stop moving. So when trucks stop moving, what's that happen? That's the main source of transport when you get things from the grocery market, the supermarket. Okay, all those goods, and like the brothers mentioned, a lot of factories and farms are being destroyed. Recently, there was just a farm in Texas that 18,000 cattle being destroyed. What does that do? That manufactures a famine. There's no more food. All these trail derailments. What does that do? Those chemicals go into the water. And a lot of those trail derailments happen in the Midwest, when there was a huge source of food for America.
right.
Okay, so those crops get destroyed. The crops are contaminated. You have to kill off animals. And what does that do? That manufactures a famine, so people are hungry, man. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
And all these are the beginning of sorrow. So like I say, just wait. There's more. There's more to come because it's a domino effect. Like you said, all these things happening where the crops gonna end up dying off, the animals. This is a process, all right. And the Lord, all right, which the world ignorantly calls God, is Yahweh, meaning He is. All right, He's telling you that this is a process. It's gonna happen, but stuff don't happen overnight. We're seeing things that are progressing to what? Waxing worse and worse around here, and especially here in Babylon the Great. But it's like gross darkness that's covering, like it says in Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60. This is gross darkness that's coming and covering the whole earth.
Right.
And this is basically, it's by the hands of the man of sin. All right, the son of perdition. The man of sin is being revealed, which is Esau Edom. He have orchestrated all these things. We know it's through the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but we know that he running the earth to the ground. That's why the earth needs new management, as it pursues in what is that, Sirach 10 around the 8th verse.
Right. Like I said, these things are gonna happen. That's why Habakkuk, the second chapter, says, though it take for it, though it tarry, wait for it. It shall surely come, it shall not tarry. So it's gonna happen. It just takes time, man. The Most High is playing chess, not checkers. So a lot of moves are being made, things are to happen, and then when you read 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, it says when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming. Right. So what things have to happen, things have to calm down, and what that do, that works in the minds of the people, that lulls them to sleep. That also brings forth scoffers who are going to be completely engulfed in their own lust and scoffing and talking shit, excuse my language. But that's how the day of the Lord is going to come and catch people off guard as a thief in the night.
That's right.
Okay, so these things have to play out. You know, it's gonna be a process. That was in Matthew 24.
This the book of I got two of them. This the book of Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 26 in the NLT. Then this message came to me from the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Son of man, the people of Israel are saying, he's talking about the distant future. His visions won't come true for a long, long time. Therefore, tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. No more delay. I will now do everything I have threatened. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken.
Hey, and like I said, the sovereign Lord is spoken. Hey, it's not like he just mentioned, what it say, Terry. All right? But these things going to eventually come. It's going to surely pass. So, like I said, he's not going to hold his tongue no more. All right? And the wicked is going to start being put to death. All right, we're starting to actually see that. You know, when you look at the news, you don't see anything good on the news. Read that last part of
Con. Ezekiel 12 and 28 in the NLT. Therefore, tell them this is what the sovereign Lord says.
Yes, the watchmen are telling you. We're letting you know, all right? We're the mouthpiece of the Lord. When you hear different prophecies or things that are coming to pass, all right, this is coming from the Lord when you have, like, where's men, like say, we're speaking out, letting you know what's coming to pass, all right? And we've seen prophets that have happened, as it says in Jeremiah 28, all right? We prophesied like the prophet before. It's nothing new under the sun. They prophesy about the downfall of certain kingdoms. All right, we prophesied about what? The downfall of America, which is one of the most lucrative kingdoms that in history. All right, what other kingdom? What other we don't call it nation, country that ruled the whole entire earth? All right, this is what we're prophesying for the downfall. What other country? I mean, what other kingdom have seen that have been from Babylon to Persia? All right, to the Greeks and Romans. What have you seen? What country or empire have you seen that ruled forever? No. So we know in this Babylon the Great, it's going to be brought down. This is what it talks about when it's Isaiah 47. Old virgin, sit down in the dust, old virgin daughter of Babylon. There's no throne. The Lord is going to swipe that throne out from under you.
It says, therefore tell them this is what the sovereign Lord says. No more delay. I will now do everything I have threatened.
Yep. What was that he's threatening? He's threatening that famine is going to come, pestilence, all right, wars, all these things. The Lord said he's not going to hold his tongue back no more. This is what's about to happen. And we see it. We see it through what? Esau's media. All these things that are coming. So we watch certain things, what is that, AMTV. You know, now you got to watch these certain alternative news to see certain things happen because, you know, Esau and his main media, he try to keep certain things out of the media for, you know, try to keep, he want to throw stuff, oh, Trump's going to be arrested. Or, you know, certain things. But, hey, these things are actually happening. Every day you pull up something, every week is a damn train wreck. Destroying, contaminating the waters, all right, contaminating the crops. Every week. For over a month. It's got to be close to 2 months now when this been happening. Is that a coincidence? No, Esau is setting up these certain borders and boundaries, all right, to set up, and it's going to come to a pass where it's going to be set up with these 15-minute cities, all right? It's going to all lead up to what? The MOT to the B. That's why that digital currency is going to be set out and laid out. And that's coming to what? That one world government, that new world order. The Lord told us about these things. Then Yahushua said, did I tell you this when I was with you? He let us know. He let like you said, the 12 know. But like you said, it ain't for everybody to receive it and get that understanding. The ones they gonna get caught up in the thief in the night. But he says for you, all right. That what then he tell them that with that Mark 4, for you to know the kingdom of heaven. When he told them the parable about the seed, the sower and the stone ground, someone was stony, or paraphrasing. When it fell on the good ground, all right, they received it and they blossomed. You know, they gave root, all right. And we just like Yahushua, and that root is what? Going into Colossians 2, around the 6th, 7th verse, rooted and built up in them. All right? Those are the men that's going to receive that word and understand and know what's coming. All right? So it's for us to know the kingdom of heaven, for us to know and prophesy and let the people know what's coming. But whether they hear or forbear, if they don't hear, the hell with them. We like I say, what are they, dusting our feet off from the ground and moving on. But we got to be out here prophesying and also, you know, being the voice of the Lord to let the people know what's coming.
That's right. That's the job of the prophets, man.
Mm-hmm.
To warn the people. If you're not warning the people and telling them what's coming, then you're considered a false prophet, a thief, and a robber, man. And you have blood in your hands when you read Ezekiel 33rd chapter. That was the whole point of a watchman, was to watch, pay attention, and to warn the people. So like I said, that's what gets the blood off our hands and the guilt and the judgment from us, because we told y'all we did what we were commanded to do, you know.
That's right.
God. It says, going back, Ezekiel 12 and 28 in the NLT, therefore tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord says, no more delay. I will now do everything I have threatened. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. And if I can also add, you know, he just says that I will now do everything I have threatened. Why did he have to wait till this moment? Because there's two, pursuant to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, there's two things that had to have happened before Yahushua comes back. There's a falling away of us Israelites, you know, especially, you know, going during the time of 70 AD, you know, when the southern kingdom, we fled into the interior of Africa, right? We totally lost our heritage pursuant to Jeremiah 17 and 4, right? We forgot our power, we forgot who we were, we forgot who our enemy is, right? And then, right, in the process of time, by the preaching of the word, the Lord had to raise up Elijah the prophet to pretty much restore these paths into us, right? And then we come back into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth. And with that, those men that the Lord has risen up in Babylon, pursuant to Jeremiah 29, they're going to do what? Make known who the wicked is. And that's going to usher and bring forth in the coming of our Lord Yahushua, which now that's why we're seeing all these plagues and so-called phenomenon happening, man. You know, and that proves that the 100% truth is on planet Earth. That's why we can see all these things happening, because that means, because the Lord, he works in twos. You know, remember, false balance is an abomination to the Lord. He's not going to do all evil, you know. That means as we see all these wicked things and vile and vulgar things happen on the earth, that means that it's just that much more power on the right-hand side that's working against those things, man.
Right.
And it's right here within this circle, man. You know, with the doctrine whom the Lord has given unto our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone, and even the brothers and the brothers and sisters that subscribe.
Go ahead.
Okay, Salaki, you got it.
Go ahead, bro.
You got something about
Keep coming real quick. This is Rock 39 and 16. Let me see. I'm reading it KJV. It says, all the works of the Lord are exceedingly good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And like the brother said, you know, the Lord, he had read that in Ezekiel, you know what I'm saying? Basically, can you read it in the KJV, bro? They said about that proverb, right?
Yeah,
That proverb that Israel like to say, man.
Yeah.
And they tell you the same thing in 2 Peter, you know what I'm saying? That they would say, where's the promise of his coming? So since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning, man. These people truly think that, you know, the Lord is not coming back, you know, because they don't have eyes to see. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, the Lord is blind them. And then another point that the priest of Machia have made is that what Esau pushes in his mainstream medium is truly not news, man. Okay, it's more shit about you know, folly, something that's going on with a celebrity. And America is basically the only country that's doing that. Every other country is letting their people know basically what's going on, except over here in America, man.
Right.
Why? Because Esau want to keep these people dumbed down and not knowing what's happening. Going back until, like the brother said again, about these food processing plants being burnt up, the water, the trains being derailed, all of them being derailed by water and polluting the water. You know what I'm saying? You basically being besieged right now. You know what I'm saying? Because what does the army do when they besiege? When they get ready to besiege the city, they cut off the supply. They cut off that food supply. They cut off that water supply. And that's what you see happening with these different heads. You know what I'm saying? Such as my nigga BG, such as Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? These different millionaires and billionaires buying up these farmlands, man. You see, you being besieged on all sides because the elder had said before we even started the cameraman that Esau is basically making it to where everybody's gonna have to come to him. You see, you being besieged, man. If I get that definition of besieged real quick, bro.
Because he making it to the point whereas in order for you to get any resource that you need, you have to join this NWO.
Yep.
You want water, you want bread or food, you got to go into his so-called new world.
Yep. You gotta get that.
I'm saying, yeah, order out of chaos, order out of chaos. He creates the chaos and then provides the solution for it as well. Yeah, but while things are happening, he's keeping it, like the priest said, he's keeping everybody dumbed down with what, bread and circuses. So that's exactly what they did in the Roman Empire. When things were coming, things were falling, things were getting bad out here, people complaining. They start having those Roman games and keeping people occupied, man. In BS, things don't matter. They still have Super Bowls, Pro Bowls, you know, all these different things. You know, the MMA fights, boxing, all these different things to keep people's mind off of it. Dumbass articles, or they in the news and the media, they hyping up something that has nothing to do with nothing, like complete stupidity. You know, dancing dog, you know, some stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know, a talking cat will get a million views.
Talking tongue.
You know what I mean? That type of stuff. That's the stuff that gets pushed. Finally, it's setting great dignity. And what does that do? That keeps people in a dumb, stupid state. Keep them not paying attention.
I got the definition of that word besiege from Google. It says to crowd around oppressively, to surround and harass. But when you go to the synonym, it says to encircle, to hem in. And you get that definition for hem in, hem in. It says to surround or restrict the space of movement of someone or something. Because the brother had mentioned that about those 15-minute cities, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what Esau is basically doing with these train derailments, man. He's getting to the point where he's trying to pollute these different water systems, okay, these different lands, to where he can bring his military in and say, so like this land is unlivable and unsafe to be in. So he's gonna push everybody into a major metroplex. That way, he can keep eyes and make them easier to control. You see, you being besieged. You being besieged right now, man. And these people too busy partying to really, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that movie. Just taking, just a simple example. That movie Angry Birds. If you ever seen that movie Angry Birds, man, you know you had the pigs come over and they Esau. Before the pigs came over, the birds were in paradise. They was chilling. They had the system set up, and when the pigs came over, they brought destruction. Them niggas started fucking everything up. Nigga brought traffic and polluting the air and shit. And the nigga ended up throwing a party to where all the birds was at this party. And while they was over there partying, you know what I'm saying, the pig, the head of the pigs had them going over and stealing shit. Stealing all their eggs and shit, man. So that's what Esau is basically doing to you people, man. He got you partying, you know what I'm saying, focus on one thing while he really setting up his true agenda, man. Yep. You see? Yep. And what is that? That total control, to get that total control of the food and the resources to where you want to bend your knee, you know?
He's herding the sheep.
Exactly.
Herding you sheep to the slaughter, man. He's rounding y'all up and grouping y'all and herding y'all to what he wants y'all to do.
It's another one. It's another synonym. I'm gonna let you say it. It's like believer. All right. It says to cause problems or difficulties for, and that's what Esau is doing, man, right now, with these different, like I said, with these train derailments to all these so-called, like, I mean, even down here in Dallas, then all them damn chickens get set on fire, blow up on 18-wheeler on 30. You know what I'm saying? All this shit happening, like everything is just collapsing, and all of a sudden, man. No, this is systematically happening for a purpose, man. You see, ultimately, the Lord is in control of all this, man. But why? He's gonna bring His judgment, man. You see, and a form of way the Lord bring His judgment is through Esau, Edom, man. Right. According to the book of Psalms, man, the wicked which is thy sword. You see, the Lord is gonna use Esau to bring forth a lot of His judgment on the nation of Israel, you know, and on the planet Earth, man. You see.
I got some real tough to attack on that statement. It's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. It says, "The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." Oh yeah, so hey, like Free said, man, Esau is the Most High's whipping stick. All things are made for Yahweh Shem Shai for himself, for his purpose, for his movie, how he wants everything to go. Everything has a use on the left hand side and the right hand side. Esau is the wicked when you read Malachi 1 and 4. Okay, also Proverbs 29 and 2. So he's using Esau for the day of evil, which we're in right now. Eve meaning evil, bad times, man. He's using Esau for bad times. He's using Esau to manufacture famines, all these different things, man. But it's still the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's still prophecy in the day, whether it's natural or whether it's unnatural through Esau. It's still the Most High calls him, man. And he's using Esau to put hell on everybody right now. That's one of his belts that he uses, man. He definitely used Esau, like I said, he used Esau on Israel and whooped the shit out of us, man. To where they had no pity for young or old, man. Esau went to, Most High let Esau go to town on this. And now he's old. Now he's letting those horns creep out again, man. To where now he's about to come down with great wrath. When you read Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 12th verse. And we look up that word wrath, man, it means sacrifice. And Esau's about to use everybody for a huge sacrifice, man. I mean, a slaughter. You know, that's what he's coming towards.
Just laying back off your point earlier about, you know, how he's herding the cattle in. With the cattle being, you know, these sheep, the ones that don't know what's going on. This is Luke chapter 19 and verse 42, and this is Yahweh Shai actually speaking, you know, forewarning, you know, our people in that time what was shortly about to take place in 70 AD. But you can spiritually tie it into these times here. It says, verse 42, saying, "If thou hadst known, even thou at least in thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace." And what belongs unto our peace? This truth, right? But our people don't know it. He says, "But now they are hid from thine eyes, for the day shall come upon thee, that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee." When you go into that word trench, it literally means a besiegement. It says, "And compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side." And I'm going to go into this word keep in the Greek. Strong's G, 4912, Seneko. Seneko, it says to hold together, to press together with the hand. So it's a great squeeze that's going on with all these, toxic, waters. Like you mentioned, about the food processing plants burning down, right? It says, and I'm gonna get to the point. Section B, line 3, it says of a cattle squeeze, that pushing in on each side, forcing the beast into a position where it cannot move, so the farmer can administer medication.
Yep.
So ultimately, right, this squeeze, this keeping in, right, is ultimately like if you ever watch your farmer or whatnot, herd all his sheep inside that pen, and then he leads them to the stalls. It gets to a place to where it's like a small little narrow fine space to where he can put them where he wants them to administer medication, antibiotics or whatever, and that's what he's doing with the masses. Like case in point, when that dragon juice was going out, what do they call it? Herd immunity. When there was vaccinate everybody, they call it herd immunity, because ultimately who's ruling these fake Jews, and they view the people as goyim, cattle, man. So ultimately we know that what he's really trying to put inside people is that seed, man. Yep. So we're just like the argument of beautifully going into it. We're just in the beginning stages of things, the beginning of sorrows.
That's so good. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 10, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." According to what the brothers have said, our people are getting led like a flock to the slaughter, man. You see? That's exactly what's happening via Esau. You know what I'm saying? The shit that Esau's pushing up, even these leaders amongst the nation of Israel, man. You see? They just getting led to the fucking slaughterhouse, man. Getting herded in, and the direction that they going, they think they all good, man, and they going straight to the fucking slaughterhouse, man. You see?
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 15. It says, "And another angel came out of the temple,
crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And that's talking about Yahushua, man, when he come back on that cloud. You know, it's going to be a chariot, which is the vehicles of the Most High. He's going to throw in his sickle of judgment, and Yahushua is going to reap the planet Earth. All the people on this planet Earth, other than the elect, going to get reaped in that harvest, man. And that means y'all going to get judged. You know, like the brothers beautifully bringing out, everybody is pretty much setting their own lot to get that ultimate judgment, man. For all the stuff they done stored up within their body, which was pretty much hell and bad, okay, going off on the Lord, you 2/3, and then you heathens, you already got your judgment lined up from everything y'all done did for the controversy of Zion, man. So the Lord, like the brother brought out Proverbs 16:4, the wicked are created for the day of evil. Everybody is setting their own lot. So the Lord about to send his son back, okay, Yahushua, to reap that harvest, which is judgment on the planet Earth, man.
That's all for you, bro. Jeremiah 15:2, and it says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whether shall we go forth, then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for captivity to captivity.
Yep.
You know, like the brother said, man, hey, these people, you know, it's like the elect was predestined to be saved. You got people predestined to die by a famine, predestined to die by the sword, you know, predestined to go into these concentration camps and get it that way, you know. Everybody is predestinated, but they're not, you know what I'm saying, their end is not the same, you know what I'm saying? Going back, like I said, to the elect being predestined to be saved, and everybody else, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, like it says in 2 Esdras 2, it says, 2 Esdras, what is that? I think it's like, where it talks about let the multitude perish now which were born in vain.
Yeah, I think a 9.
Yeah, 9. You know, you see. So a lot of our people they were just born to get their judgment, man.
Right.
You know.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 21. It says, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people.
Yeah, that's the elect, man. You see. Yeah, kept a grape from a cluster. So you got a cluster of grape and you take one off of it, man. You see? Keep going, bro. That's why the scriptures tell you too that, hey man, a drop, you know, it's gonna be the people that be saved is compared to a drop from a wave, man. You see? A drop is a small, like the scriptures say, a remnant, man. The residue, you know.
It says, verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Yeah, you see, that's going into the elect, man. So it's that let the multitude perish now, which were born in vain, the 2/3, and keep read the last part of it, bro.
Come on, it said, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Now how's that gonna happen? Via what the Lord is gonna bring on the planet Earth, man.
Right.
All right, a day like never before, like it says in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, man. Right at the end of the chapter, that verse in verse 1 in Daniel 12:1, it says, all those shall perish who are not written in the book of life, man. You see? Those are those people that were born to just get it on this side, man. You know?
I got one. This the book of Salaki, you had something? This Jeremiah 12 from the top, just 4 verses. I'm just gonna skim through it. It says, and this is the prophet Jeremiah, man. This is the spirit he was in, and this is the spirit that the hopeful elect is in, man. It says, Lord, you always give me justice, and this is the NLT version. You always give me justice when I bring a case before you. And what's the case that we're bringing before Yahweh Shemal Shah? What the wicked is doing, right? Even include, you know, the wicked of our people. You know how they misuse, you know, the men of the Lord. You know, starting with our leaders, man. Right? They don't give a damn about nothing. You know, they vex us every day with their filthy conversations. So he says, so let me bring you this complaint. Why are the wicked so prosperous? Why are evil people so happy? All right, like the prophet Ezra was going into, you know, how they of Babylon, are they better than us of Zion? How the heathen flow in wealth, you know? It says, why are the evil people so happy? You have planted them, and they have taken root and prospered. And you look at how America has taken deep root, you know, and so-called prospered, man. It's like, damn, and that's why there's so many atheists around, man. Because people think like, damn, they know the history of America, but they just haven't seen the judgment. You know, they're like, well, damn, maybe it's not a God. Because if it was, surely he would have done something by now. But see, this is just the Lord hiding himself in the earth, man. You know, because he does everything by measure, everything by time, everything by weight. It says, you have planted them, and they have taken root and prospered. Your name is on their lips, but you are far from their hearts. Yeah, they claim that they believe in you, right? But you're far away from the wicked. It says, but as for me, Lord, you know my heart. You see me and test my thoughts. Drag these people away like sheep to be butchered. Set them aside to be slaughtered. Right? And this is what we're saying, man. As we hope and pray that the Lord delivers us, we're also simultaneously putting curses up on these people, man. You know? Because these people clearly they don't have any morals. They're not trying to attain to any morals. You know, like every day, it was an article that popped up today. You know, how this father, I believe, one of you all can put in the chat, how one of these fathers, man, he had took his son to a TG show, drag show, just to show him how to be accepting of everybody, man. You see? So I'm gonna read it again. This is why Jeremiah said this, man. Drag these people away like sheep to be butchered, set them aside to be slaughtered. How long must this land mourn? Even the grass in the fields have withered. Because you see everything is languishing, drooping, you know. It said, Elder Brown was going into it earlier, he saw a whale beach himself just recently, man. And it happens every day, right? It says, even the grass in the fields have withered. The wild animals and birds have disappeared because of the evil in the land. For the people have said, the Lord doesn't see what's ahead for us. You know, and it all ties back down into Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the Son of Men are fully setting them to do wicked, man. You know, but we're in those times where it's about to be made manifest like it was in ancient Egypt, that surely this is the hand of the Lord that's upon this place, man. You know, but that's it.
Yeah, with that going on, that's why the Lord had to come down and set people apart from me. He had to separate people. Like in Ezekiel, that's what the Ezekiel was talking about, the angel, when the Lord told the angel to go down and smite. So what brothers going into, so the Most High have to be balanced. So he bring a destruction, but he will have to bring a group of people out of the destruction and set them aside from all people that's out here doing wicked. How is he doing that? Ezekiel 9:4, the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Like the brother mentioned, a dad took his son, whoever, to a TG show. When we hear stuff like that, it's like, God, we cringe and shit, right? So that's a sign and crying for all the wickedness that's going on. So Lord has sent his men out to go to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the people before it's a place, to set this mark, meaning exemption, to set these men apart from the destruction that's coming. Because you can't live in wickedness and expect to go into the kingdom without being cleansed. The word is cleansing us. It's cleansing the men out there on the highways and byways, so we have an opportunity to be set apart from the people that's going to get judged, man. Now, we're going to be living in the midst of all this stuff, but the Lord going to have us in a different type of spirit to be able to maneuver through these things. Faith plays a big part in that as well. And to the cities, he said in the mind hearing, go ye after through the city and smite. That's the angel doing this. You see? He told them go through the city and smite means to kill these people. He just read in the NOTs, he said to rout them like cattle or sheep. You see what I'm saying? So we have to have that mark of exemption, meaning this wisdom and knowledge and understanding to set us apart from this, man. Because if not, we through. So the room for repentance is opening. It's open, and there's room for grace. But that room for repenting and grace is closing fast, man.
Right.
So the opportunity to get on the right-hand side of the Most High and the Son is closing very fast. Because the angel, they go come down this, along with Yahweh Shai, the top angel, and fuck this place up, man. Because it needed.
Right.
Go through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. And that's what's going to take place, man. But you thinking it's a game? Okay, you don't want to hear to the words being conveyed unto you from the men of the Lord? Well, that's on you.
Hey, when you think about when you see things even in the world, when somebody do something like say kill someone, murder, and they have no pity on them, you be like, damn, that's a complete slaughter. You know, somebody stabbing somebody 60 times. That's overkill. And that's what the Lord coming back to do. All right, he's gonna no pity. It's gonna be overkill on some of them. And one thing he's gonna do, hey, he said with 1 Peter 4, he's gonna start with his people. You know, he's gonna start in the house of the Lord. That 1 Peter 4:17. I can get it. And that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna start in his house, and it's gonna be a big slaughter. You know, Second Ezra 15:10. I was actually holding that as well.
I got that First Peter for it as well.
Come. You bring it on.
Okay. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
The judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. So you're gonna see more of our people. That's gonna become what? It's gonna be an involvement. That's why I call it Jacob trouble in Jeremiah 30:7. All right, it's gonna be times like never seen before. And he's gonna start in the house, and like I say now, amongst Israel today. All right, the ones that be going out, these like you say, the false prophets. He's gonna start in the house of Israel.
That's right. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua?
Man, and it reminded me of the dream what the brother said when they were on the highway and byway, and he saw Yahushua with this sword coming around and just slaying some people in the camp. Hey, if he's gonna do that to some people that, you know, they might be false prophets, but they're out there on the highways, you know what I'm saying, and he's gonna slaughter people like that. Just imagine the ones that never, like you say, reject the knowledge as it says in Hosea 4. You know, he said, reject knowledge, so I'm gonna reject thee. It's gonna be a terrifying times when that happens. All right, those are the ones, like you say, gonna be one caught like a thief in the night. You know, the ones that don't believe.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Mm-hmm. The righteous is gonna be scarcely saved. All right, and that's gonna be the elect. So that's gonna know that one thing, faith has to come about.
Yeah.
You're gonna have, like I say, as we were going to in earlier, you have famine, pestilence, wars, all these things. Wherever you turn, you're gonna see death. You know, because who run the earth, Esau Edom, he's gonna basically bring forth all these things because he's the harbinger of death. All right, everywhere you go, death and hell follows, as it says in Revelation 6. Everywhere he's gonna go, and he's gonna basically, as they say, go balls to the wall. He's gonna go all out, especially when he's fully revealed. When people realize, like you say, Jake, that no, I had no idea. Like, yeah, that's the devil over there. That's the son of perdition. That's the guys on the street been telling us about. When you got a dog in the corner, and he basically don't got nowhere to go, he gonna do all he can. He gonna show all his teeth, and that's what Esau's about to do. He gonna show all his teeth, just like when they protested. You know, he ain't finna be like using them shields and pushing you back. Now, hey, it's gonna get to a point. He's gonna just say, forget it. They gonna start pulling out their guns and start shooting at these protesters, just laying them down. Like these other third world countries, you know. Sometimes when they do protests and the law enforcement, they just be laying them down. Toot. That's what's about to come into America.
They better put them rubber bullets up.
Yeah.
They about to use all those millions and millions of bullets that Esau purchased years back.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Yeah.
Did you want some more on that First Peter?
I think that was about it. I'm gonna bring out Ezra 15. This is the second Ezra 15:10. It says, "Behold, my people is led to the flock, led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them not to dwell in the land of Egypt." All right, and our people are led to the flock as a flock to the slaughter. You mentioned earlier, like they put them in those, in those pens. Yeah, and they basically have these pens. Like even growing up on the farm, you basically lead them in there. You'll get one of them to strive over here, and you get it done, and they close the backs where they can't kick. You basically just stuck, and they can do as they will to you. All right, that's what he's trying to set up today. All right, set up what? The MOT to the B. You just had a test run with that C to the O19. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. You gotta speak my language. You gotta use all these different codes and things, you know, not to get a strike. But yeah, he's leading our people to the day. What did he say back then? He said, hey, you gotta get more and more of our black, Latinos, and Native Americans to receive that Jesus juice. And see, that's what he's doing. He's preparing to lead our people to flock to slaughter. He's been praying for this. He's like the dude that was on Training Day. All right, he was Denzel Washington. Now, when old boy was like, "Hey, Ethan Hawkins," I don't know his name in the movie, but he was like, "You've been planning this all day." He said, "I've been planning this all week." This is what Esau's saying. He said, "I've been planning this for years to get rid of you niggas." You know what I'm saying? I've been planning this for years, so this is what he's doing.
Yep, when the Apostle Barr goes into this, it was Nick Rockefeller in the interview with Aaron Russo. That was their plan for the longest, to have everybody see it. So these things were always in the works. But now Esau is getting closer and closer to try to solidify his new world order.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the scripture Job 20 says when he's eating, the Most High is going to pretty much spawn dude out of his hand. Man.
That's right.
All that work Esau put in for years and decades and decades and years, and the Most High is going to kick his plate out of his hand. You know, with the quickness.
That's right.
Hey, what's their president? Was it George Bush Senior, right? Who said that was talking about the NWO, showing you that they've been planning this, man. It's been a part of their agenda, okay, for for a long time, man.
Right.
Why you think John D. Rockefeller was doing the shit that he was doing? You see, trying to send it up, man. You know what I'm saying? That way, when he gone, you know, then they continue on to try to build up that NWO, man. And we into the point to where he's to the point to where he can get ready to establish it, man. You see?
Sure, he the devil, man. He has patience and wickedness, but he messed up the kingdom over some uncooked meat.
Right.
You know what I mean? With righteousness, he couldn't have no patience, but he, you know what I mean? He got a mind of patience, and he can play the long game with it when there's wicked involved.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That shows that Esau is the ultimate profane person, like it describes him in Hebrews chapter 12. He's the ultimate carnal person, man, outside of the temple. For you to do something like that with a blessing that the Most High on high gave you, man. You know, I got a precept about what he just said about how the Lord about to snatch that joystick. I forgot what brother just said. Yeah, it's Job chapter 20, verse 15. It says, "He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly." So everything that he done worked hard for, like the elder just said, the Most High about to just snatch that right out your hand and give it to one that is profitable over it, like he talks about in Sirach chapter 10. Yahushua.
Yeah, that's the end of his blessing. You see, because Esau's blessing was temporary. It's not a forever thing like the nation of Israel, man. You see, now we coming to the end of it. That point, like it says in the book of Job 2, he reached that bounds that he can't pass. Now it's time to give it up. All right, it's time to give him the joystick. You done had your turn. You know what I'm saying? And now, all right, that's it. You know.
You like that little kid.
Yeah.
With unlimited lives, we're not gonna die.
Yeah. We got all the cheat codes and shit.
You know, when you die, you share that one stick from Mario. If you die, you gotta give up a stick.
Yeah.
You got Genie. You know, those for 80, baby. That game Genie, put that code in. Yeah, no, we're not gonna unlimited lives, man. We're not getting up a stick no more.
Yeah.
The kingdom shall not be given to other people.
That's right. But see, that's the thing. When you think about these kingdoms, hey, he ain't gonna give it up lightly. That's why the Lord said he's gonna take it. Yeah. You know, he like that kid with the braids, and, you know, the little meme when he be crying, playing the real hard. He don't want to get the control of the Lord. We gonna have to snatch it.
Yeah.
You know.
Saints shall take the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 in the GNT, starting from the top. And they got like a little title on it. It says the responsibility of rulers. And Salaki, just real quick, that makes me think of what King David said here in the book of 2 Samuel. And this is what disqualifies Esau from being a fit ruler, man. This is 2 Samuel 23 and verse 3. Verse 2. The Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of the Most High. Right, and that's what disqualifies Esau off rip from being, a ruler for all of eternity, because he doesn't rule in the fear of Yahweh Bashmal Shah. Because if he did, there would be no such thing as child support. There would be no such thing as kicking the man out the house. There would be such thing as all these wicked, prostitute harlot houses, these churches on every corner, man. Right? But I'm going to get to the point. Wisdom of Solomon 6, and verse 1, it says, so then, and this is the GNT version, so then you kings, you rulers, so then you kings, you rulers the world over, listen to what I say and learn from it. You govern many lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. And it makes me think about the Assyrians. You know how the Lord, put that, liken the Assyrians as the rod of his chastisement, and they boasted themselves in having, a lot of power and might over all these over all those nations, because they had by far, one of the greatest, military regimes. It says, you govern many lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. But this authority has been given to you by the Lord Most High. He will examine what you have done and what you plan to do. And that's what he's doing right now. The Lord is examining what this man has done, and how's he doing that? By his prophets, man. Proverbs 25, I want to say like verse 2, is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. And the Lord he's rising up, the 144,000, rulers, to search out these particular matters, man. Starting with our leaders first and foremost, And now we're searching out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah this man's motive and intent, and we're reporting it to our people every day. Same message, just on a different day, because this nigga he ain't changing his tune. He's still on his Esau diligent, man. He making his election sure for damnation. So he says, but this authority has been given to you by the Lord Most High. He will examine what you have done and what you plan to do. You rule on behalf of the Most High and his kingdom, Daniel 4:17. It says, and if you do not govern justly, if you do not uphold the law, if you do not live according to the Most High's will, you will suffer sudden and terrible punishment. So going back to your point, how the Lord just ain't going to just like allow this man to just come out of power easy. No, he's gonna make him feel it. Because scriptures speak about they that be in high places shall fall there cruelly or terribly, something like that. But that was one.
All right, jump down to 24, bro.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon 6:24 in the GNT, right?
Yeah.
In the GNT it says, no, indeed, the more wise people there are, the safer the world will be.
Keep on.
A sensible king can be depended on to give his people this kind of security.
You see, so a sensible king can be depended on, like it says in the book of Sirach, chapter 10, like he gonna lead us, he gonna instruct his people in righteousness, man. That's what's gonna make the world what? Like the brother read, a safer place.
Right.
You see, Esau is an unprofitable ruler, man. He a wicked ruler, bro. You see? And with him being wicked, like it says in Sirach 10, as the judge is himself, so are his officer, and in what manner the ruler of the city is, so are the people. So these people are wicked. And they getting it from Esau because that's what Esau pushes out. That's the philosophies and the mindset that Esau pushes out. Everything that's contrary to the Lord. But just like it says in that same chapter in Sirach 10, that the Lord is going to set up someone who is profitable, man. You see, and we know that to be Yahushua, okay? The kingdom of heaven being set up, and that's what's going to make the world a safer place. Because right now, the world is not safe, man.
Right.
That's why every time you get out your damn car, you lock it. That's why every time you leave your house, you make sure you lock the door. You kill that bitch. Make sure you lock it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure you lock your shit, man. You see? You can't let your children, you can't keep, you got to constantly watch your children, man. When you out to go state, you got to, hey, get over here, you don't need to be wandering out too far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the world is not safe, man. Because why Esau is running it, man. And when Esau running, you got all these kind of just bugged out ass people out here, all manner of wickedness ruling the earth, walking around. You know what I'm saying? But that's getting ready to get put down, man. You see?
I got something for you. This Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. That red horse talking about Esau. And the Lord gave him the power to take, like the brother going into peace from the earth, man. This place ain't safe, and he made beautiful point. I don't feel right at home. Go back and double check, make sure I lock my house.
Right.
So this place is not safe at all. But just to finish the scripture out, it says, and they that and they, so like, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So these Edomites, they used to war with each other back in the ancient world, okay, especially around the time Alexander the Great and the other 4 generals that came up and ruled over that same area. They was warring with each other, Ptolemy, Seleucus, Cassander, Lysimaeus, you know, they was Seleucid. They was all warring against each other, man. And you have these Edomites right now warring against each other. The Russians against the Americans, okay? The EU falling out with America right now. All these people are Edomites, man, you know?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse 9 and 10. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. All right. And it says, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he has care for his elect. All right. And we, like I said, it's going to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're going to what? The elect. You know, and we put trust in him. All right. We understand when times get rough, we keep it and remain in that, you know, stay steadfast in the faith, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to be the stability of our time. You know, we have faith will be delivered when the time really, like I said, the time's going to get worse. But things are not going to get any better. All right, and also what the Lord said. Also, I just read earlier in 2 Esdras 15. I already kept going. He said the Lord is going to stretch out His hand. You know, he's gonna, like he did Egypt, he's gonna stretch out his hand and smite Egypt again. All right, I think that's 2 Esdras 15 and around the 11th verse. He's gonna, but basically he's gonna deliver what? The elect in these days. All right, but verse 11 it says, for verse 10, Salaki. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 10. It says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination. All right, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. All right, and that imagination, like you say, you mentioned earlier, the other mentioned like this guy, Esau, through his wickedness, he had patience in wickedness. All right, so he have imagined a vain thing. He imagined certain things that he want to plan out, and he think he's gonna fill his belly like he's gonna succeed. All right, but the Lord said, matter of fact, what did he do? He imagined mischief and all these things. And he's going to set up for destruction of a lot. Esau going to set up for the destruction of what? The nation of Israel. That's his whole plan, his whole agenda, going all the way back into Genesis. All right, he said, the time my father, like he said, be laid to rest, then will I seek to what? Put my brother to death. His mind is still on the same path, the same war path. But he's going to do what? The Lord is going to basically have him stumble and fall in his own hole that he's setting up for himself.
Can I read this just to back you up? This is Psalms chapter 7 and verse 15. It says, he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made.
There you go.
His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. And I believe that word pate means head too. What you got?
Hey, that mischief, because what it says in Isaiah 62, imagine mischief in his heart.
Yeah.
He's constantly imagining mischief, and he's setting up for that. And what if we get the word mischief? You know, I want to get that as well. Come. Because this man, like I said, you got to think who rules the world. Like I said, the head of Amalekites. You know, the modern day Chaldeans. They are basically warlocks. You know. So everything they do, they strategically set it up, even through the music, all right, even through the food. All these things have been strategically set up to lead to where we are today. All right, to bug out the nation of Israel. You know, that's why you got McDonald's on every corner. You have the Alphabet Gang, who always be the front runner of it. He put Jake in the center point. You know. Bread and Circuses, he put Jake in the center point. He has a plan for everything he do, but but like I said, what is the end goal? And you mentioned Aaron Russo was talking to David Rockefeller, and Aaron Russo mentioned, he was like, so what are you trying to do? What is basically the end all be all? He said to get everybody see you. Everybody see you. We've been playing like we looking for Bin Laden in these mountains and everything, and you know, for what? just people to see how we can train and see how the people mind flow. You know, to see how we control them like what? Boy, them like cattle. And that's what. And same thing going with this that pandemic. We want to see how they're gonna react. He's setting everybody up. It's always a plan for Esau. That mischief. Yep.
It's always a psyop, which is a psychological operation to see how people react.
Yep.
So they can move accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could say just to, Ed, like, land back on what you said, remember the guy asked him, he said, Aaron Russo asked the dude who was telling him all this information, he said, well, why are you doing this? Why are you going over all these places to do all of this? And the dude said, I don't know. But I'll give you the answer, though. I'll give you the answer why you all are doing this, man. Because the wicked were created for the day of evil, but the scriptures also outline your intent. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief.
Mm-hmm.
And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. And that's the ultimate way that Esau, Edom, the elite, are going to cause this whole society to fall by bowing down and taking that all or that new MOTB in their bodies, man. They're going to cause society to fall, and that's when they're going to get to sleep, or they think they're going to get to sleep that the scriptures is talking about when you're going to get your real rest. But you ain't going to get no rest. You just ultimately gathering up all the treasures into that slavery, that cup that you about to drink that's talked about in Jeremiah 49 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
I got the definition of mischief. It's got a little more on the Google definition. You want me to get that? All right. This word mischief, for Google definition, it says, I'm just going to get some synonyms. It says naughtiness, badness, bad behavior, mischievousness, misconduct, perversity, pranks. And that makes me think about these double F's.
Right.
False. FL. You fill in the blank. These are pretty much like pranks, man. Mm-hmm. To ultimately, set forth his ultimate agenda. Like, why are you doing this? I don't know.
Yep.
He's just pranking everybody, man. He's one of that's an Edomite for you, man. They're known for being pranksters. Like, like we all went to school with these faggots, man. Yep. In the locker room, they playing grab ass and shit. That's the character of these Edomites, man. But they're just doing it on a worldwide scale with the best technology, with missiles, with army, and wicked politicians doing it. And they have a medium behind it, which is the media.
Yep.
And they're pranking the masses. He's a child. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, woe unto thee, O land, when thy king is a child, man.
And if I say this, and that's the spirit that's going on in this world right now. That's like the major thing now. You look on social media, YouTube, everyone's pulling fucking pranks now.
Yep.
That's like the main thing. Everybody's kikiing, playing pranks. But it's gonna get serious when these people gonna find the right one. You keep playing these jokes in Home Depot, fucking with these people, you gonna find the right one.
Yeah.
But that's the going thing that everybody's pranking. Kids are pranking their parents. Husbands are pranking wives. Wives are pranking husbands. Everybody's glued to that type of shit, that type of behavior and mindset. Well, Esau's about to roll on every damn body.
That's
man.
right.
You got you niggas hooked on pranks and playing practical jokes on each other, man.
Good mischief.
Don't they have that TV show called Pranksters?
Yeah,
Yep.
Prankster, the little Edomite boy that's from that Stranger Things
Right.
show. He's got a prank show.
Practical
No,
jokers.
Oh, that's it.
Nah, I'm talking
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
practical jokers. And then you go on social media, you on IG and scrolling through the reels. At every third video is a damn joke or a prank. Somebody playing around. But we in serious times right now. We're in life and death times right now. But everybody's playing fucking games, man.
Yeah.
But that's how Esau wanted it.
I got something like that. It's Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah, say a sword is sharpened, and it's also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. So it's actually a rhetorical question. Should we be making mirth? Should we be making jokes and pranks like the elder going into? Or should we be understanding that Esau, Edom, and the elite, they have a sword that is sharpened, man. That sword is ultimately them guillotines, okay? Concentration camps, these robot dogs, okay? Robot police. He got all types of stuff ready for 2/3 of our people, man. Okay, and the other multitudes of people other than the elect, which we hope, and Lord willing, we them men, we ain't got to deal with that. But everybody else making jokes and pranks, that sword is sharpened for y'all, man.
Said the martial law's coming. You know, like the UN troops and Jack Bull, the Edomites, like 2nd into 16 said they shall be like madmen sparing none.
Yep.
So you're not gonna be able to go into cities. Everything's gonna be closed off. They're gonna be kicking doors in, dragging, raping women. And there's gonna be a lot of troops from overseas. Like I said, the UN, they might, you know, these different affiliations that don't give a damn about the average American. You know? And they ain't gonna give two shit. They ain't gonna be nothing for them to pull a bullet in somebody's head, man. That's the times that we're coming into. You know?
It's Ecclesiastes 10:5. There's an evil thing, and who's writing this? The wisest king to ever walk this face of the earth, man, was King Solomon. There's an evil thing which I have seen under the sun, an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. All right, so the wisest king said this, man. You know, and you best believe he was looking down to the time that we living in right now. He said that this wickedness stems from the ruler, as Scripture says in Sirach the 10th chapter. You know, as the governor of the people are, so the people. You know, roughly paraphrasing. So just as Esau Edom is a child, he's a prankster. He's folly is set in great dignity. You know, that's how the citizens are, man. You know, and this is why everything is reversed. The women is above the men. You know, children are above the men, you know, and the men is all the way up. Everything that's honorable is debased here, and everything that's debased is honored here, you know. So Yahweh Bashemal Shai, we're breaching into the times of restitution, setting things back to right.
I got some. It's in that same chapter, bro. I'm gonna jump up to verse 2. In the NLT it says, a wise person chooses the right road. A fool takes the wrong one. You can identify fools just by the way they walk down the street. Now, when you go into that same verse in verse 3 in KJV, and you look up that word, it says walking. All right, basically how you conduct yourself, how you behave yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can tell somebody a damn fool by the way they behave themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the elder said, these people are all about jokes, man. You know, it's fun and games. That's how it is. That's how it was back then during the time of Noah. It was all fun and games, bro. Until that first rain dropped on the nigga head, man. You know, and they seen the great, like the Lord said, he opened the great deep, and he fucking stream started blasting out the ground. Them niggas knew playtime was over, man. You see?
Great deep, and he opened the windows of heaven. It went down.
For real.
But that's an old saying. As you say, it's all fun and games until somebody get hurt.
Right.
You know, a lot of people are about to get hurt. And that fun and games can go out the window, but they're not going to understand why. They're not going to be prepared because they spent time bullshit.
Yep.
They weren't preparing, getting their mind right, and repentance, and waiting on Yahweh Shemal Shai. You know, getting themselves right in time of grace. They use that grace for a time, occasion to the flesh, man. As the scripture say. That's what everybody's doing, man. Playing games, trying to get a laugh, you know, trying to make themselves feel better. Seeking all these other devices, man, other than the truth. We talk about our people.
Right.
You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but you were appointed unto that, so it's okay. But like I said, we're just getting the blood off our hands, man.
This is Job 30, verse 1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I have disdained, who would have disdained, to have set with the dogs of my flock. And like I said, who is that? The younger. That's going into Esau Edom, right? And Esau Edom, he's the younger, because one thing is, it's basically being someone who's childlike. Also, you can look at the blessing. You know, he had he gave up his what? He gave up his birthright, and he became what? The younger, because what the birthright used to go to the old eldest son. So the base man gave him his birthright, but that was prophecy. That was only right. All right, but he's like you say, the son of the wicked. That the Lord, like I said, Job said he wouldn't even let him sit with his dogs and watch over his dogs. You don't know how to, because this is a defiled man. All right. Now you went into being base. I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. It says, Job 30 and 8. It says they were children of fools. All right. They're basically the clown jester that is now ruling. Now they're the king. The clown jester is the king. But like I said, now he got us in derision, as we just read in verse 1, and they mock us. When you go in derision, it goes to, it's like shakwach or something, but they go to basically they mock us, and things like that. All right, they have us for show. Even during the time of like the Romans, who was the gladiator, who was the show. All right, they want to make them laugh. They bring us in. I'm talking about the nation of Israel, you Jakes.
Yeah, we made a song. We read Psalms in 137 chapter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, also my brother was reading that's Ecclesiastes 10. It said that what servants are upon horses and princes are walking, man.
Mm-hmm.
So the damn servants, the lowly servants are ruling, fucking
Right.
everything up.
That's right.
You know?
Back in verse 8, it say, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men, they were valor than the earth. All right, so the man of sin, the base man is basically ruling the earth because they're the wicked. You got them three classes. You have the sons of the Most High, you have the sons of man, and then you have the sons of the wicked, which is Esau. And it's done a 180 in Job 9:24. The earth will give it to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? It is Esau Edom. He's being revealed. All right. So now, basically, now you see who's running the earth. Now you just look at the state of the earth and be like, okay, I see how he running the earth straight to the ground. That's the vowed man. The vowed man. You see all this, everything that's going on is adverse to righteousness. All right, adverse to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right, everything. That's why, like you say, you have a mo that has more power or more laws that cover them than you do. All right, the woman is the woman. All right, Eve has more power than you do. She runs the household. All right, the earth is upside down. All right, so the Lord, He's got to come back in correction. He got to come back and turn it right back around. But now you're starting to see the fall of Esau Edom. You know, that's why we see the fall. We know what's coming. We know things are going to get tough, but yet we rejoice. All right? That's we rejoice you haven't done our ease. All right? Even though we say rejoice because what it say, Esau is going to come down with great wrath, knowing but he has a short time. But we're going to rejoice because we know what's coming next. The nation, the kingdom of heaven. All right? That's what when they say rejoice ye heavens, that's Revelations 12 and 12. Mm-hmm. So,
Pull up.
how you put it?
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Actually, I'll start up. Start verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed.
Yep.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
The accuser of our brethren is cast down. That's the man, the valor man in the earth. All right. The base man is Esau Edom. All right. The rulers. All right. Who runs this world is the elite, the Amalekites. But he's going to be brought down because of that power, that salvation. It's showing our salvation. All right. Salvation is at hand right now. This is what it's going into. This is a future prophecy.
And we come in with an accuser, it goes into a category. You know, so you put Jake in category, got Jake in like bad bitches, real niggas, goons, all these different boxes, and then he causes Jake to go off, put Jake's mouth to that bottle, have him drinking that wine, look on Jake's nakedness, and then has the nerve to tell.
Yep.
You know, has the nerve to try to snitch to the Heavenly Father, because he, like the brother mentioned earlier, he's the modern day Chaldean. They're witches and warlocks. So they had their sacrifice, and they have a wicked priesthood on the left hand side. And they're pretty much like, look at your people, look what they're doing, they trying to snitch and get us out of there to keep the birthright, man.
Yep.
You know? Which accused them before the Most High, before our power, day and night.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's what he does. Day and night, he keeps Jake going off. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony.
Yep, the blood of the Lamb, the blood of Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the one he's covering the elect. You know, the blood of the Lamb. All right, and we're testifying. And that should also show you that can be only that's the men of the Lord, because testifying goes into what? Testing your testicles. When you go testify, what they say, you're supposed to grab your testicles and you testify. All right, so that's going into what? We're testifying. We're calling out, we're calling out the name of the Lord. And we basically pointing out our future.
And they loved not their lives unto death,
Mm-hmm.
unto the death.
Yeah. Hey, love not this world. You hate the world. You know what I'm saying? We're dead into this world. All right. We're dead into the world. Everybody living in mirth, you know, in mirth and enjoying themselves. All right. We put down that we put down that old man, put him to death. All right. But we're rejoicing because we know, like I said, we have the life that's coming through the kingdom of heaven, through our Lord that's coming to deliver us. All right. We're going to see that the man of sin be brought down. And this is the process that we're starting to see right now. That's why the time and the days of everything is spanning up. You got to look, 2023 is, might well say, hell, halfway over with,
Yeah, the joint is through.
you know? And we just got into 2023.
Probably shit like 3 weeks ago. Shit.
Yeah. Hey, Lord had to speed things up because like the scripture said, won't be no flesh left the way things are going. All right? So that's why we're rejoicing.
Right.
We
Yeah.
see these coming.
I was gonna say, you said the last part said they love their lives down to. How did they go?
God.
They love not their lives unto the death.
God, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
You see, the Lord would allow certain situations to happen to you, or put you, have you go through certain things just for you to fulfill that scripture, to make you hate this place even more. You know what I'm saying? The Lord allow you to see more evil that these niggas bringing to pass and the mindset of these people to make you even hate this place more, man.
Right.
Cause it's not fucking life, bro. You know, it ain't. It's just oppression. How's oppression life, man? You know.
Yeah. No South's not won't allow you to be comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always something. You know, as we say, this ain't our rest. So it's all like you said, the Most High gonna show us something. You never allow us to get fully comfortable in this place because it ain't for us. Especially if we trying to figure out what's in our shop.
Yep.
Something.
No, you said it right. Exactly what I feel.
See, you think you getting comfortable and then some shit happen to you, and you start playing that Marvin Gaye in the background. This ain't living. Yeah, this ain't living. This not our rest. You know?
Verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Hey, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea. You know, woe unto basically troubling time, destruction. Hey, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and within the sea. All right, you ain't got that covering of that blood. You know what I'm saying? The sprinkling of the blood. You know what I'm saying? Because the same representation when the Lord, in Exodus, was it 12 when Moses sprinkled the blood on the people. That was a covenant. All right. 24. Slide 24. Yeah, they basically it's the same thing with Yahweh Shai, with that sprinkling the blood into the elect. We received the blood, you know. And so we receive that, that covering, you know what I'm saying? We basically, it's gonna, Lord willing, we those men, we get exempt from that destruction that's coming, from that woe, that third woe.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah. Hey, and that devil, all right, that deceiver. All right, knowing he had a short time, all right, that's short, that the devil is a man, right? It ain't going into Satan himself. It goes into the spawn of Satan, who basically do the bidding of Satan. And that's going into Esau Edom. They're going into Esau Edom. They're gonna be, and that's why you see, like I said, they keep talking about Russia, America, and then even China. China's right there with them. Like it was somebody, I think we going in that was it that camp? We were talking like, hey, everywhere you see China, Esau, China's right there with them. The so-called Chinese man, Moab. All right, but as you see when the world war start popping off, who are the two main characters? America and Russia. Probably, they're both Edomites. All right, they're both Edomites. Is it the word?
Yeah, it's for the word devil. Strong's G1228 Diablos. It says prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. I'm gonna jump down to it. Says metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to hit. Let me read that again. it says a metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him.
Yeah. He just see. Remind me of
Thessalonians 2:2.
Yep.
It shows it right there, bro. That he's that man that's gonna play that part. You know, that sides with Satan, man. The spiritual demon Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau is that physical counterpart. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made this nigga to be a damn devil, man. It's a wicked nigga, man, to play out that part, to do the part on the left hand side. You see?
So this whose comings is after the working of Satan.
Yep.
So he in that lot, man.
He opposes himself as God. It says Obadiah, he basically want to be like the Most High. So he's trying to do away with the ways of the Lord and righteous ways, and he want to continue as being what? The God of this world. All right, but like I said, the God of this world is going to be brought down.
I got a precept just proving that he ain't no imaginary man in the ground. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Yeah, the devil, okay, Herod's wife, she was an Edomite. She cast John the Baptist in prison, and then had his head cut off because he rebuked her for practicing adultery. You see, the devil today is going to be another Edomite, the wicked, passing you 2/3 into concentration camps, and some of the men of the Lord are going to have to go into concentration camps. But Lord willing, okay, but not Lord willing, the Lord is going to protect the elect. You know, it says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So the Lord has to try the elect by letting the devil cast them into prison. You know, but that's a man on the earth, not an imaginary man, because spirits they can't physically touch men on the planet Earth. You got celestial, then you got terrestrial. You know,
Christians, I think they're talking about fucking Damien, nigga from the old name, Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture said, there are many Antichrists.
yeah.
You know.
But see, that's why the brother brought out in Revelation 12 and 12, rejoice ye, I'm good out. He said, rejoice ye heavens. The heavens go into, what was the word I want to look up? The heavens go into Mount Zion. So when the elect hear that the judgment is coming upon this place, that's why I said, rejoice ye heavens. Ye heavens talking about Mount Zion. Because right here in Psalms 48:11, let Mount Zion rejoice. So when the elect go hear this, and be happy and praise the Lord, because judgment is finally coming upon this place, man. So we can be delivered and go back to our homeland at the end of the day. He said, let Mount Zion rejoice. Let the daughters of Judah be glad because of thy judgments. So they let go rejoicing. They rejoice. So we should be in a nice jovial spirit because we understand this place is going down. We have our moments because we're in this flesh, but overall we need to be thankful that the Lord is finally about to judge this place, man. The devil being exposed, we know who he is. Only the elect gonna know. The Lord's not gonna have us keep repeating the same thing because Jake ain't gonna get it. There's already a certain number carved out to only get this anyway. It's not, this ain't for the masses.
Right.
This ain't for everybody.
Yeah, so this is basically going back into the point that the elder had made earlier before he had pulled that Revelation 12 and 12 about how Jake like to joke around. You know what I'm saying? And think everything is all good, man. This is Proverbs 22 and verse 3 in the GNT. It says, sensible people will see trouble coming and avoid it, but an unthinking person will walk right into it and regret it later.
See?
And that's what's gonna happen with these people, man. You see, they think, hey, man, but sensible people are that's the elect, man. You see, because they know they're the only ones who have eyes to see, like it says in 2 Peter. Seeing these things shall be dissolved. He was talking to the elect, man, because everybody don't have eyes to see that America's gonna go down, man. You see, sensible people are brothers who come out and listen. You know what I'm saying? On the other side, or in the camp. You know what I'm saying? Or on the video. You know what I'm saying? Sisters having eyes to see, man. You know what I'm saying? See the trouble coming and trying to avoid it by what? Repenting and turning back unto the Lord, man. The unthinking people is the people that walk by in camp scoffing, or come on the comment board scoffing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to continue on, they're going to walk on thinking everything is good, and their ass is going to regret it later, man, when it's going to be too late. Right. Just like those people regretted when the angel sealed the the door of the ark up, man. You know, the apostle went into that camp, man. You know, you ought to know them people banging, they regretted it, man. I'm sorry, no, please. You know? It said that he had, Jake probably, Noah, probably had compassion, you know what I'm saying? But the angel had to seal it up, like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got to get their judgment, man. And that's how it's going to be when the Son of Man, in this time, man, when Yahushua comes back. You see, you people are going to regret walking by scoffing. You're going to regret talking down on the man of the Lord and what we believe in, you know.
Yeah.
Your ass is going to regret it, man, you know.
And that's what Wisdom of Solomon 5th chapter.
Yeah,
It said,
straight up.
fools count his life with madness, man. So at that time, they see the strangers of our salvation, Jay getting beamed up, and all these different things, man. They gonna regret it. They gonna be kicking themselves.
Right.
You know?
Hey, just like in The Knowing, you know what I'm saying? That movie The Knowing with Nicolas Cage, bro. You know, at one point he thought, his son was bugged out or some shit. Then he started going into like the shit, the little paper that he got, and he started, oh damn. You know what I'm saying? He started seeing this shit and seeing the correlations and oh damn, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you oughta, bro. I'm sure you regretted it, bro.
Yeah.
When he saw his son getting beamed up in that chariot, bro.
Well, he cried himself to sleep.
Yeah.
He wailed because his son was like, why is he saying this? And what is he saying?
Yeah.
He said, can't go, only those that heard the call. And then when he saw his son get beamed up, he cried like a baby till the morning.
Yeah.
Drove his ass back to the city and
Yeah.
burned the hell up.
Went home and stood in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, man. Weeping and gnashing of teeth, as the
Yeah.
scripture say. That's the people gonna cry themselves to sleep, man.
Man.
People think we crazy. People think we bugged out, bro. This type of teaching is not of this world, bro. People think we crazy, bro. But they don't understand. The Lord has showed us His true nature, man. He's showing us His intents and purposes of what He gonna do. Although we speaking into it in the mystery, but we telling the people, but they still not receiving it.
Right.
You know, the Lord is showing us His intents and purpose. If you understand the true nature of the Lord, then you'll put the bullshit aside and try to get right. That's the difference. The Lord has showed us His true nature, what He's capable of. The world, because the world is moving as if the Lord is all love. That's unbalanced. So why the fuck you think the Most High and His Son made a left arm and a right arm, but you say He's all love? That shit don't make sense, man.
That shows you that the elite know what's about to happen too. They put it in all these movies, like the brother said, the Knowing. You know, you got the day the earth stood still, the day after tomorrow. 2012. All these movies, he's depicting you the end of his society, man. So you telling me this man don't have no idea what the power of the Lord is, like the elder just said, and that scripture that he just said, that scripture also says in the KJV, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. You see, I got another precept that correlates with that one. It's Proverbs 14 and 15. It says, the simple believeth every word. And that's these simple ass people out here making jokes and pranks, man. Okay, they believe in every word, like everything is all good. Okay, don't believe what those CPs, conspiracy, what they saying. What Takeoff said in his rhyme, he said, I don't believe stories made up on the internet. Everybody got something stupid and simple to say about somebody who's being prudent and foreseeing the evil to come. That's simple, not to just sit up here and be like, oh, I don't believe what they talk about, man. They on that crazy and stuff, like the elder just said. Everybody think we crazy. But the latter part of it says, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. So I'm being prudent. I'm walking in wisdom to look well to my going by adhering to what the apostles and elders, when I first heard this truth. Other men in like-mindedness are doing the same thing, man. We're being prudent. We're walking in wisdom.
You're thinking multiple steps ahead. Think if I do this action, this could come down and bite me in the ass. This could happen to me down the line. Most people not thinking like that. They're thinking fleshly and carnal or baser instincts, man. In the beast-like mentality. But like I said, that's what prudence means. You exercising caution, and you're thinking multiple steps down the line. You can see how this can affect you, or you can see how this can affect Achion. And you exercise and you walking in there in fear, pretty much. Right. Well, what can happen? Everyone else is not walking in fear. They just like, doing whatever.
Pretty much.
Alright, with that, Lord willing, we was edified. We'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to your occupants in his word and truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.